Well, it's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday, and we always understand that this week has been slow, and Wednesday is the slowest of the slow.
It can be, but ATV is going to heat it up a little bit.
All right, ATV.
Yeah, not happy with their treatment at the hands of the Communications Authority.
I thought it's news from last week.
Well, they're protesting now. Today they'll be submitting a petition. Today, Wednesday, they'll be submitting a petition protesting the decision of the Communications Authority to remove James Shing and to fine them $1 million. And so they're going to say we're going to see what happens today. We're obviously so they're going to be protesting that. They're using their ATV club, their Asia club, to gather signatures, their staff, and they're supposedly going to lodge a petition protesting their treatment. So we'll have to see how that turns out.
Yeah. So the key word obviously today is petition.
Yeah.
But how do you see how do you see this organization?
Well, at first when I first started looking into it, the whole thing kind of confused me a little bit because you have Wong who's a major investor, but in terms of the license, he was not a shareholder or director, which is very, very unusual. And the deal with the terms of their license was that he could be a personal consultant to James Shing, but not have access to day-to-day operations. But of course, what they've found, the Communications Authority has gone and looked at it, and they've said that not only did he have much more involvement than the license allowed, but that it was covered. There was cover-up, evidence of cover-up, of people changing minutes of meetings and things like that, trying to make it look like he wasn't involved.
Yeah.
So the whole thing's pretty messy. Greg So has come and said, listen, this is, we expect ATV to comply with this. He seems to be taking a pretty hard line.
Yeah.
I don't know how this petition is going to enable them to change anything. I don't see how James Shing can stay.
Yeah. I don't see he can stay.
Yeah.
But still, a lot of people believe that the Communication Authority has been too kind to ATV. Yeah. Some of them said basically they should just close down ATV for fear. But they said they didn't do that because for fear that TVB will become the only TV station in town.
Yeah.
I don't see it entirely that way. I don't see it entirely that way.
Well, what's your take?
I think Communication Authority doesn't want to take a very hard line in closing down ATV per se.
Yeah.
I think it's more important to change the management first and see what happens. And then when the license is up, it's expired, then they make a next move. I mean, after all, I don't think the Communication Authority want to take a very iron fist in closing down a TV station because it reflects badly to the world that Hong Kong is a city that has freedom of expression. If you do something bad, we will punish you. You'll pay for penalty, but we won't close down a TV station immediately. Otherwise, it could become an international news that the first TV station was forced to close down. And then people will link it to political reasons, or the communists is doing something like that. You could have scandals like this.
Well, and especially because this whole incident was kicked off by this misreporting of the death of Jiang Zemin. They're like, whoops, sorry, it's not dead after all, my bad. And so the whole thing seems very strange, but it does raise some issues like, number one, why would the government not want a major investor to have involvement in the operations of a television license? Like the government is telling them how they're going to run it, which the line between RTHK and ATV and private television stations, how much control does the government have over these things? And then it starts to get really. I think people would look at that more if they said they were going to drop the hammer and shut her down.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the petition system.
Yeah.
I mean, you always have a second chance to voice your opinion. Despite maybe, except the petitioner, the entire city actually think that you're wrong. But you still have a way to voice your opinion and have a second chance. And I think that's the beauty of the petition system as well as the beauty of Hong Kong.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
you.
thanks, Vincent. Cheers.